crazy life stuff right now. Like our house is on the market and it just happened to say they wanted to show it at 12 to 12:30, which is nap time. I'm like, okay, do what you got to do. So I'm going to just start. I am hitting record so people who are listening later can catch up with us. But I am talking to you all today about building momentum, which is hopefully what you are doing within this group, because the goal is like, we are working on moving towards that diamond rank, if not locking it in. But at the same time, what I really want you guys focusing on is really getting into action mode so that you can build momentum in your business. And that takes some time. And so I hope that you are judging yourself based on the action you're taking, not necessarily the results that you're getting. Because just like I've said many times, is that you know that it can take a good 30, 60, 90 days to really benefit from the fruits of your labor. So what you're doing right now is going to most definitely impact you. And here's the thing, it's April, May, June, July. You know what happens in July? In about 90 days? The dog days of summer, okay? It's like hot right now, meaning like people are, okay, shoot, I got to get in a swimsuit. I need to get moving, tone up for summertime. Once July and August rolls around, people are just like, they're outside, they're on vacation, they're distracted, kids are home. And so we call it, you've probably heard dog days of summer. It really is a real thing. And so July and August can sometimes be a little difficult. So what you're doing right now, even if you aren't feeling, a lot of yeses and feeling results right now, that will help you come summertime. So it's very important that you start being really consistent, taking enough action now, because it gets crazier in third or fourth quarter for sure. So John Maxwell, he talks about the law of momentum. And when you don't have momentum on your side, what happens is when we hit a roadblock, difficult things in life, or we hear some no's, we have some rejection come at us, it's really hard for us to propel forward because we keep hitting these walls. But when you have momentum on your side, you can literally bust through any wall. It doesn't matter if someone's telling you, oh, you're being annoying or salesy, or you're hearing no, or you're getting rejected. It doesn't matter because you've got so much momentum that nothing can slow your train down, and you're willing and able to push through those things. So that's what we want to do, is gain enough momentum that, even if summertime, because I'm going to have 4 kids home all the time this summer, I'm already like, oh my gosh, that gives me anxiety to think about, but building momentum now is going to help me be able to get through that craziness, right? So there's 4 things that you need to be doing to help you build momentum. We're going to go into that. So number 1 is consistency, and let me see what Mary says. My training did get slowed down this week. My family told me I was too an embarrassment for coaching Beachbody. That's hard, Mary. It is. And so that's one of the things we'll talk about today, because that momentum is going to be on your side, girl, and help you push through that. And you've got to have that mindset of, you know what? I don't care what they say. Watch me, because you're going to have so much belief in yourself and what you're doing and you're building. Number 1, consistency. Okay, you need consistency on your side, and I want you to ask yourself this question: what am I doing consistently? Okay, because there's a difference between, well, I'm showing up consistently, but what are you doing when you are showing up? Because a lot of people can show up at the gym and not really do anything, and then be frustrated and ticked off that they're not getting results. And they're like, I want my money back, right? Because they didn't ever pick up a weight and do anything. They just walked in. And so we as coaches can be guilty of that, right? Well, I'm showing up, I'm posting, and I'm talking to people, but maybe you're not really asking the question, right? You're not asking for them to join you. Or you're showing up on team calls, you're doing your personal development, you're doing the posting on social media, but you're not actually talking to people. So you've got to ask yourself, what is it that you're doing consistently? And make sure, are you consistently connecting with new people, following up with people in relationships and people you've inviting, getting in front of new people every single day, adding new people to your network every single day. You know, it's the same thing. If we never get out there and actually go for the ask and talk to people about what we're doing and the invitation we have for them, it's like we've created this amazing store. Think of, I don't know, Neiman Marcus, for example. We've got this amazing fancy store that we create, but we never actually go outside and tell people about it. We never advertise it. And then we wonder why nobody's coming into my store, because we're not talking about it. It's the same thing with our business. Compare it to Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts, they're like the best salespeople ever, right? Like they are, you have no doubt when you walk up to a Girl Scout booth, what they're selling. Do you want to buy some Girl Scout cookies? Like, I mean, right for the ask, right? They're not, they're not skirting around it at all. So be like a Girl Scout. Share what you're doing. I talked about this on a leadership call yesterday, and I mean, I think that you have to figure out what works for you, but I would say that I still make myself, even though it's a little uncomfortable, my goal every day is to invite 10 people, some way, somehow, to something, whether it's to a free group, a challenge group, or my team. All together, I'm asking 10 people a day to something. And even if it's, let's say someone watching my story that I haven't talked to, but my story that day was about coaching. I'm going to reach out and say, hey, I saw that you watched my story about coaching. Thank you so much for supporting me. Because this week I did talk about income on my stories, and I said it's uncomfortable sharing that sometimes, but it means a lot to have your support. And then maybe I'll pull something from their page that I find is encouraging, or that I feel like I connect with them on. And then I just ask them, hey, if you ever considered doing something like this before, I see you're a mama too. Now, some of them said, yeah, actually I have, I'd be willing to watch a video. Some said, no, it's not for me. That's fine. So you know what I do from there? Now I back up, I build the relationship. Okay, so it's like, okay, no worries. Where are you from? How old are your kids? Now we start building that connection and that trust. Okay, so number 1 was consistency. Number 2, intensity. You have to show up with intensity and excitement in your business and in your messages and your stories, in your posts. Smile. Like in your posts, you need to be smiling. You need to look like you're enjoying what you're doing. Smile when you're messaging people. It comes across. I was talking to a brand new coach yesterday, helping her get some invites out there, and she was sending me screenshots of what she was saying, and I was like, girl, like I can feel your energy through that message. Just because of the way she was saying things and her exclamation points, I'm like, I can hear you saying this. And I could tell she was excited about what she was doing. And so that's what you need the person on the other end to feel from you. Use voice messages. I love doing that. That may scare you, but just get out of your comfort zone. If you don't like what you said, swipe up, re-record it. I do that all the time. But I really think that helps people hear the excitement behind your voice and know that you're a real person on the other side talking through this with them. So I think that's one of the best things you can do. But, people need to feel it and they need to see it. Your outward success and your energy is a reflection of your inside internal growth. So that's why personal development, continually working on you is so, so vital. Do we have days where our energy's lower and things are going crazy in life and we're frustrated, we're down in the dumps? Yes. You got to do your best to pull yourself out of that. Don't let yourself stay in that slump. That's when we need to focus on what we're grateful for, the things that are going right versus aren't. It's a mental thing a mental shift we have to make. Turn on some fun music. I mean, yesterday, a little bit of a stressful day for me, just some things going on. And one of my coach friends had tagged me in a dance-off thing. And she's like, Kristen, you're up. And I'm like, I don't even know how to make this dance video. Okay. She showed me how to do it. And I mean, that brightened my mood doing that. I mean, coaching's fun. We get to do silly stuff like that as a part of our job and share it and encourage other people to jump on board. And so we need to show other people that, hey, we're having a good time doing this. Yes, there's work involved, but there's a lot of fun stuff we get to do too. Okay, so number 3, worth. So we have consistency plus intensity plus worth is the third piece. Worth is the only part of the equation that's really just something that's given to us. I mean, at birth, when you were born worthy. You were placed on this earth for a reason, for a purpose. Now, it's up to you to embrace that and to believe that. And when things come at you, like people telling you that's dumb, it will never work, you've got to shut that out, not let it get to you. You know, sometimes we have a way of having limiting beliefs stop us. And when we have limiting beliefs or we're focusing on something, that's what we're going to keep finding. For example, let's say you decide that you want to buy a new, like I just got a Ford Expedition last summer. And when I thought about, okay, I'm gonna start shopping for a Ford Expedition, guess what I start to see on the road all the time? Ford Expeditions, because that's what I'm focusing on. So if we are focusing all the time on, oh, I'm just not good enough at this business, I don't know how to talk to people, I'm not as pretty as her, I'm not as fit as her, you are going to keep finding all these reasons why you can't be successful. But you guys, all that stuff, it doesn't matter. That's not true. Like all of you are able to be successful at this. You know, I have 4 kids and every single kid is different. But to me, the worth of each child is the same. I love them all the same, even though they're all different. And that is what's the beauty in coaching, is we're all different, but we are all very worthy of success and given that gift. Think of the law of reaping and sowing. If you plant an orange seed in the ground, you are going to expect to get an orange tree, right? We're not going to expect to grow watermelons or strawberries. You're going to get an orange tree back. So it's the same thing. If we are constantly planting negativity in our minds, that's what we're going to get back. So it is something that we have to work on, and we do have to be very intentional about. And I would tell you, surrounding yourself with the right people really matters too, because they can help snap you out of that. If you've got people around you that are encouraging, that you can say, you know, I'm having a rough day, I'm beating myself up about this, and then you have people in your life that can say, girl, stop it, you are amazing. Like that really helps. And I have a couple of groups like that, message threads that I'm on Facebook that does that for me. Because I think, you know, working from home too, we have those days like, oh my gosh, my rank drops, or this coach is struggling, this one's quitting, I'm hearing all this stuff. I mean, the more you go up in leadership, like you're gonna get that kind of crap flying at you, and it can feel like I'm the only one struggling. You know, because what we share on social media is all the, yeah, right? Because we don't want to be like, this job sucks, everybody's quitting. That's not what we're sharing. And so you start to feel alone. But having those message threads with other coaches who are, you know, in a similar spot as me, and we can share like, you know, oh, I'm struggling with this week. Oh, you're struggling with that too? Like I thought I was the only one that had that going on. So it really does help. Okay, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong I'm doing. I just got to keep going. This is normal. So you are in 100% control of your destiny, depending on what you are willing to sow in your mind. So you got to work on that. Okay. Number 4 is time. We are all on different timetables as coaches, all on different timetables. And so that means we cannot compare how our coaching journey looks to someone else's. If I did that, I would be super frustrated. I mean, there are certainly coaches out there who have coached shorter than me that hit the Millionaires Club faster than me. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm hoping to be there by the end of the year or something. That's my goal. But there's coaches that have done it way faster than me. What if I sat back and I was like, well, I've been doing this 7 years. She's only been doing it 4. What the heck's wrong with me? And I'm not focusing on what, good grief, like what I have in my life to be grateful for, because I have a lot, right? And so where we can struggle is that we start to get confused, think we put ourselves on someone else's timetable and be like, well, we start at the same time, therefore I should be at the same place as her. But you don't know necessarily how much time was that person working, how many invites was that person sending. And even if you were sending the exact same amount of invites, and you're planting the exact same amount of seeds and maybe hitting the exact same Success Club numbers, I don't know. We all start on a different day. Our day ones all look different, right? So if you think of 2 farmers and they both start a farm at the same time, but this guy's land, he had it already tilled, the soil is fertile, it's flat land, like it's ready to go, and he plants his seed. But then you have this other farmer, he's ready to start his farm same day, but his land hasn't been tilled up. He needs to pull out the weeds. He's got to get the rocks out of the way. He's got to put fertilizer into the ground. There's a lot of work that needs to be done before those plants are going to grow. And so do you see how that compares to coaching? Because we all come into this with different backgrounds and different sets of skills and different things that we got to pick out of our garden, and those weeds we've got to get out of the way in order to be successful. And so you cannot let yourself get caught up in that comparison trap. Now, we all are going to be able to get there. It just may look different for different people. So all of this, number 1, consistency plus intensity plus worth plus time, that equals momentum. And when you have that on your side, when you have momentum on your side, you can build that up. Nothing can stop you. You know, network marketing, what we're doing in our business, it does take time to build up. I don't know why so many people think, you know, if we compare it to the corporate world, you don't start a corporate job and within 6 months, all of a sudden you're like at the top making all this money. You've got to put in your time and work your way up the ladder. It is not that much different. You have to put in your time, and it takes, you know, years. It's not going to take 6 months for you to be making 6 figures. That would be amazing, but it just doesn't work that way. And so you have to be patient. Definitely have to be consistent and believe in where you're going. So I hope that helps a little bit, guys. So that's my little spill. Does anybody have any questions with things going on? We can do just a Q&A time. And you can unmute if you want to talk, because there's only 3 of you on right now. I think Mary might be typing.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hey, Marcy.
Oh, okay. It went like to a weird blank screen. I have a quick question, and I don't know what it is. I feel like my internet browser keeps like kicking me out of the back office. It's been really funny. I keep getting like error messages. I don't know why. Anyways, I haven't been able to figure out, do we know when the ultimate portion fixed sale ends? Is that something we know?
What does it say on the banner in Dream Big? Does it say that it's through the end of the month right now?
I can check. You want another?
I mean, if I had to make a guess, it came out this month on sale, right?
I would guess the end of the month. That was my guess, because it was on sale in March too. Am I remembering that correctly? I don't know.
But
let me pull up the banner.
Say, I mean, I would want to venture to guess it would continue through May, but I don't know. They just don't tell us that.
Yeah, there's no date on the sale based on the banner.
Okay. Did you search FAQ yet?
In Dream Big.
Nothing yet.
The FAQ is, yeah, see, that's my thing, is like it's loading. I don't know why. So I tried using, guys, my kids, well, they'd be home from school anyway, but they're on spring break this week.
Oh, goodness.
But like, can I flip my camera around? I don't even know. Oh, here. Like, this is an example. Oh, yeah. This is like, can you see this thing spinning?
Yeah.
It's been doing that for like 2 hours. It's my back office trying to load.
Huh.
And so this is like a customer. I was trying to pull up her orders. Hey, Michael, guys, come on. Sorry, guys. So like I can get some stuff to load, but it's just, I don't know. It's really annoying. So, all right, I'm going to mute myself because it's crazy town over here.
Your house sounds like my house most of the time. My kids are, Caitlin's napping right now, so it's quiet, and the other ones aren't home yet. Trying to see. So it officially launched for everyone March 18th. So May 31st, 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme challenge packs go on sale. Workouts that were live streamed will remain within Ultimate Portion Fix and also be added into the BOD library. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Promo pricing. March 4th through May 31st is what it says.
So that's good to know. We have a little more time. Just for the door shut on him a little longer. And then I did have, sorry guys, one other question about, so I have some people that have been like pausing their Shakeout. And so one of them I was talking to about doing beach bars. And I just want to confirm, like if they pause their Shakeout and they're scheduled to go inactive because of that, but then they order beach bars, so they still remain active. Like the double pack of beach bars gives a 60 PV.
Yeah, we'll cover them.
Okay, I just I feel like I had like 4 coaches tell me they were pausing their Shakeout in the last like 10 days.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. This is not awesome.
I have to have a conversation with them because I'm like, oh, well, why? And they're like, well, I'm only drinking it 2 days a week. And so, I mean, sometimes I'm just like upright, like, why? You need to be drinking that every day.
Every day. That's what the one person, apparently it's like medical.
Oh, okay.
Without getting into like too much detail, but she had heart surgery as a child. So she had some medical tests done, and so she couldn't drink it and all this other kind of stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. Different circumstances. Okay, any other questions?
No, not for me. Here, I'm going to mute me again because of my kids.
All right. Well, I hope that helped a little bit, you guys. Just kind of a pep talk, because I know sometimes they can feel slow and it can feel frustrating. But it's not, there's no magic sauce to the business, and we can be consistent all day long, but if we don't have the intensity behind it, or we don't have the belief in ourselves, like it all just goes hand in hand. And so they're just all things that we have to continually be working on to keep your train going. You know, you're gonna have, I mean, I've definitely had my moments of, you know, belief, but I've learned to pull myself out of that faster than I used to. And so that's just something you have to work on as you grow, is not allowing yourself to sit there. And I feel like for me personally, I don't know if you can relate to this, but whenever I'm frustrated, getting more into action mode helps me pull out of it a little bit rather than just continuing to not do anything. I just get into action mode, and that helps me. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to post this later, and I hope you have a good afternoon. I'm going to go finish up my power hour that I get to finish earlier today. Get the rest of my invites out. I'll see y'all next week. Thank you.